Hello and welcome to episode 2 of season 3 of Hard for the Money. Here we join Sienna meeting with Ariel. So, Ariel is actually the mother of Sienna's adopted son, Samuel, and they basically met through those circumstances. And Ariel is like a year or two younger than her. She's still in school. Sienna has just finished high school, kind of. I think we were saying it's a few months after that, or maybe the following spring of her having graduated from high school. And so they're really close in age and they get along quite well. And Ariel sometimes comes over to see the baby, and she has no hard feelings about the fact that Sienna adopted the baby at all. So, as we can see, they're quite friendly together. So, Sienna has a few concerns because, Ariel's a little younger than her, but here's this big store. Sienna almost can't believe like how nice her store looks, and for Sienna, it took her a lot longer in order to get started, and she doesn't have as much nice merchandise, and so she's just kind of. It's like her family has money. Both of their families have money, so it's not like she's jealous, but she's just kind of curious, like, how is Ariel like this much farther ahead of me? Like she's gonna basically have this really big, like 2-story, like store. Like what is that about? So she goes to continue the tour, or they go to continue the tour. They go upstairs, and lo and behold, here are Alex and Kohei. So actually, yes, as it turns out, Kohei has been helping her. Kohei has been mentoring her. He's just sort of butted in where Sienna believes he doesn't belong. And Sienna's really not happy to see him for obvious reasons. They broke it off quite bitterly. And she's really not in the mood to have to put up with him. She didn't think she would be seeing him, and he didn't think he would be seeing her. So Ariel and Alex are just kind of caught in the middle because they don't mind Kohei, and they like Sienna, but Sienna and Kohei don't like each other. Because you can see, like, Sienna's like, I know you're not gonna just keep sitting there. We need to talk. And so I guess he just gets up and he's like, this is kind of annoying, but whatever. Um, so Kohei is actually a real estate developer, and Alex is his cousin, and they work together. And so Kohei didn't want to break up with Sienna. He actually kind of still loves her, but he's also still annoyed with her at the same time. And he's an incredibly competitive person, and so is Ariel. So Ariel wasn't going to turn down the chance to get some help from him. He kind of butted in, and it was like, I can help you do this. And she said, okay, because she saw the success of Sienna's place. And Sienna and Kohei actually kind of helped Sienna. He didn't necessarily put any money in, but he kind of helped her with the planning and kind of helped her with construction and things like that. And so finally, Kohei buzzes off, and so the ladies are able to have a little bit of girl talk. Alex has a crush on Sienna. That was something that the game decided. So she occasionally flirts with Sienna. But Sienna's not interested in Alex. Just to give you a little bit of the background, just in case you might not know, or just in case you might have forgotten. Um, yeah, so I think Ariel is excited about starting her new store, and she plans to hire lots of employees. And Sienna's kind of worried, whose employees? My employees? But she doesn't bring it up to her. She just decides not to bring it up. All right, so after a little bit of girl talk, Sienna heads outside, and she actually calls Nalani because she had planned to find out who was helping Ariel and to get Nalani in touch with that person. But she's like, guess what? It's Kohei. You'll never guess what. So she absolutely will not be recommending that Nalani talk with Kohei to get help for what to do with her apartment. Or no, sorry, not her apartment, with her grandmom's home. Sienna's just a little frustrated. She's not exactly sure what the situation, what the future will hold for her. All right, so here we are back on Sienna's property. And so Sienna hasn't been here in a little while. She's just kind of, she hasn't stayed there in a little while. She may pop in and out every now and again to do a little bit of work, but, for her, it's a little scary to be here by herself. But she knows there are things that she needs to do in terms of getting the property together. And there's also a few personal things that she wants to take care of. So she's here without Paka'a and without the baby for now, but they will be by later. So here's her trailer. You had a peek just now of the bookstore. And here's her trailer. It's so small. It's so cute. I still absolutely love it. And I wish that, I don't know, I could make it work, just as more than just a stationary little trailer. I wish she could move it around. It would be so cool. But, limitations of the game. What can you say? I'm going to have her sort of try to relax a little bit with a nice bath. She's a little tense because of Kohei. In the situation with Ariel, she's a little jealous and a little tense, and so she just wants to unwind. And she's been having quick meals recently because we know that she's pregnant. She doesn't know that she's pregnant, but she's just been craving these little quick meals, and she's not really in the mood for cooking and things like that. All right, so here we have these two items. So this is like a box of cookies or some kind of CC that I found, which is so cute. And here's a bouquet of flowers. And these are things that were left on Sienna's property, and she has no idea where they came from. She thought that they were from Paka'a, but Paka'a told her, yeah, no, I didn't leave anything. If I had left it, I would have told you, I would have warned you, or I would have left a note or something. So we're going to get rid of those because they give Sienna the creeps. And we'll make sure that we're not gaining any money from those because we didn't sell them technically. She just, for her, she just would have tossed them out. All right, get rid of those. And also, I forgot, there were some pictures of her and Kohei still left in the bedroom. I got rid of those later. All right, and here's a little picture of baby Sam. She painted that actually after the baby was not born, but after she was able to finalize the adoption. So she can always see Sam even when he's not home with her. But he'll be home soon. And she is feeling a little flirty. So we'll let her take care of some business before she heads off to sleep. And I'm not exactly sure what the problem is with the game. I feel like we never had this problem before, but she can't get in her bed. So I had to sort of pause for a moment and figure out why not. But eventually I was able to get her to lie down. And also, the other thing that I wanted to do before we ended the night, because I realized I forgot, she has one more loan payment to make. So it's very, very important that we go ahead and finish that and we could celebrate with her because she finally paid off her loan. Yay! Dude, it's been since the beginning of this. I think even in the first episode of season 1, she's had that stupid loan. So we finally paid the loan off. It's just the most exciting moment. And she is feeling incredibly flirty, so we'll let her handle business. We'll just put it that way. I'll give her a little bit of privacy while she does that. And I think that things are going so smoothly for her. Of course, she wants more with Paka'a, and she is excited to, continue the relationship with Paka'a. She feels that she can trust him very deeply, which is why, she decided to do what she decided to do with him, and that's why she kind of wound up pregnant. So she can't wait. She can't wait. But I think she would want to be proposed to, as opposed to the other way around. And so here we see what happens when she's sleeping or sometimes when she's not on the property. And a little bit later, Paka'a stops by with the baby. He likes it here too. He thinks this is just the cutest. You know what I just realized? None of my buildings, the Ariel's store and this build, they don't have a banister on the staircase. It's kind of dangerous. Also, look at how cute this crib is. Did the game update this, or I don't know exactly sure. The game did that, didn't it? It changed the bassinet style. It's so nice. I think it's so nice. I don't mind the previous bassinet style. I wish that they were both. When I checked, I couldn't find the original style, but I have a lot of CC, so maybe I just didn't see it. But I think it's nice. Okay, so Paka'a goes out to check in on Sienna, and he notices that there's something there. And he knows, he has this feeling in the back of his mind, it must be from whoever keeps sending her stuff, and it's really weird, it's really bizarre, and he doesn't want Sienna to know about it. He doesn't want her to get freaked out. He doesn't want her to feel unsafe on her own property. So he goes ahead and just gets rid of it for her. And he won't tell her that it happened. He doesn't want her to feel uncomfortable on her own property. But he thinks in the back of his mind, if I ever see this guy, I'm going to knock him out or whatever. That's what he's thinking in his head. Okay, so he's feeling a little unnerved as well. So he's able to watch with the monitor. He goes for a walk. And as we can see, he's he's much... I speak English, I promise. He's cheered up more than he was before. What am I trying to say? He's in a much better mood. I think that's what I wanted to say than he was before. So Paka'a wants a family. That's the thing that he wants, and he enjoys domestic activities the same as Sienna does. He also enjoys entertaining. I think that's the only kind of difference between the two. He doesn't mind entertaining strangers. He's an extrovert. Sienna would prefer, more intimate crowd. Okay, so I tried to have. So he finished cooking and, like, he's so tired. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, okay. Look, I don't blame him because the break room is super nice, but it's not necessary for them to eat breakfast there. And it was 8 o'clock, so she woke up on her own, and I'll just have them sit and eat breakfast together. Look, tomato soup would probably be the most miserable thing to eat. First thing in the morning, I would probably get heartburn. Really bad heartburn. But the Sims didn't have to worry about things like that, so we'll just have them have their tomato soup breakfast. It's probably delicious. For dinner, it would be nice, or like a little side dish at dinner time with a salad. All right, I was checking in on the two of them, making sure that they get their little lovey-dovey time in. You can see their relationship took a little bit of a hit because, Paka decided he wanted to let a babysitter around the baby without Sienna's permission, so they were a little upset with each other about that, but they'll make up soon. Oh, they're so cute together. They actually make me feel good together. I think when she was just with Kohei, I always felt it was kind of mechanical, and it just kind of felt like mechanical. Like I'm just going through the motions. But I honestly enjoy the two of them together. I think they're so cute together. I don't think that they're compatible. Sienna doesn't like mischief, but Paka does. So he probably will get on her nerves once or twice when they actually do legitimately just like move in together. But so Paka has headed out to do what it is that he needs to do. And Sienna, of course, has a little bit of FaceTime with baby Sam before she starts to do a little bit of personal stuff, which is first order of business is to write a book, because that's what she wanted to do. That's the resolution that she made during New Year's. Yeah, she's excited. She's happy about her a chance for her to do something like write a book in her own bookstore. I think that would be super cool. Yeah, you go, girl. Of course, she's excited. She's very happy. Oh, by the way, at some previous part of this, I had her. I needed her to be upset, so I took away her pregnancy, and so her belly isn't as big, but she's still pregnant. Trust me, she's still pregnant. All right, so here we are in the family home. Aw, Natsukashi. That's Japanese for, like, it brings back memories or something like that. Okay. Yeah, it's nice to see the family, actually. I was, like, super excited to bring her home again because I miss these guys. This is where we began. Okay, so as you can see, she has a little baby sister. Her dad is with the baby sister. The baby sister's name is Rebecca. And her mom had her, like shortly after Christmas or, like, New Year's or something like that. So we'll say it was, like, a few months ago because now we're in spring. Hi, Dad. Aw. It really does feel like that. I think her mom's flirty for some reason. And the baby was still crying. Like, I thought the dad took care of the baby, but she was still crying. So I'm just going to have big brother Blaine take care of her. And Sienna's going to leave the baby. You can see Sam is there next to the parents' bed. She's going to leave the baby with her mom while she and Blaine head out to do some bowling. But of course, she needs to get some FaceTime with her parents first and catch up a little bit. It's after work for them. Actually, the dad was supposed to be at work, but we'll say it was after work. All right. All right, so here we are. As you can see, there's the information for this build at the top of the screen. I wonder if it's my computer. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I thought this was a nice build. It had a lot of downloads and a lot of likes and stuff, so that's why I decided to choose this one. And I do not remember ever bowling in this game. Like maybe once, like years ago. I don't even know when the pack came out. So I decided that I wanted them to try something that it's kind of new for me in the game. I just wanted to do something different in the game from what we usually do. So I decided to have them go bowling together. And I don't know if you guys do bowling in this game. When's the last time you ever tried bowling in this game? It's actually kind of interesting. I think okay, as I've been doing builds, I've been noticing more and more that there's actually a lot of content in the game. Like there's actually a great deal of content in the game. Like if you just simply play the game, like if you just play a day-to-day, if your sim goes to school, they have to come home, they have to do homework, they don't really have much time to do anything else. And so if you want to take a vacation, there's plenty of things to do on vacation. Oh, there she goes. Hilarious. But don't we have this animation for something else? It looked kind of familiar, but I'm not sure what that would be for. Oh, when they slip outside? When it's like muddy? Maybe. It's still hilarious. Anyway, as I was saying, there's actually a lot of content in the game. So like on the weekends, if you want to have your Sims do something, it's like it would take weeks to cycle through all the little individual things that there are for your Sims to do, especially considering how, like if you're playing an actual game and you have your Sims basically from start to finish get up, brush their teeth, have cook breakfast, have breakfast, everybody's taking a shower and stuff. By the time everybody actually leaves the house and like goes wherever they're, there he goes. I think that was a new animation, right? I don't think I've seen that before. That's hilarious. Okay, at least he likes bowling. At least he's having a good time. Um, yeah, I think that. I mean, it's not a very interesting game. It's not very fun. It does get kind of repetitive after a while, but it's a life simulator. I think as a life simulator, it doesn't necessarily fail at being that. It's more when it comes to the Sims themselves, like their personalities and how cookie cutter they kind of are, and some of the design options in the game. So after a while, I realized that Blaine was totally not playing with her. Blaine is over here just like flirting with this teenager or like flirting with these ladies or whatever. He's supposed to be like trying to mack it to Ariel, so I don't even know what he's doing. He completely just stopped playing with her, which is rude. It's super rude. She's just been playing, but look at him having a good time with these people over here. He's an extrovert, so you can't blame him. And there's three really pretty ladies over there, so you can't really blame him. But hello. And I also like how I have some custom content that tells us how the Sims are feeling at any given moment. And especially when they play games together, they're typically like, oh, I hope I don't, win too hard or whatever. It's kind of cute. Okay. Oh, it's too late now, Blaine. You can see this little icon like he's going to bowl, but Sienna already won. So she like won against herself. So I was a little upset about that. So I decided to see if it actually works. So I had them play again. I won't show the entire game, but I just wanted to see if it actually worked. So while they're playing, Blaine actually mentions to Sienna that he saw Paka'a the other day at a cemetery, and he wasn't exactly sure what he was doing there. He didn't really have a chance to stop and talk to him, but he was just kind of like really sad and like really crying, and like he seemed to be like really mourning somebody. And so Sienna's never seen that side of Paka'a before, so she's really curious about that. Like, really? I wonder why he never told me. And Blaine is just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it was just a thing. I couldn't really say hi to him at that time, but I don't think it's a really comfortable thing to just bring up at any time, like if somebody died and somebody died, but he doesn't have any family, right? And Sienna's like, he really doesn't have any family. Maybe I should talk to him about it. And Blaine tells her, hey, no, I don't think you should talk to him about it. I think you should just let him bring it up at his own pace. And Sienna thinks that's a really responsible thing to do. So she was happy to get that advice from Blaine. But she's still super curious, and she wants to know, like, why didn't he tell me? Why wouldn't he tell me? It seems like something that they should talk about. Okay, so they're leveling up and bowling pretty well, which is good. I think the game is just about over, actually. And I think Sienna won again, which is great. I like winning. I think that, yeah, there he goes. He's not happy because he lost. But I think it would be pretty fun. It seems like this little night bowling would be like a great experience for like a brother and sister. It's getting kind of late, but there's one more thing that they're going to talk about. So Sienna just kind of starts telling him about Ariel and the situation with her, and Blaine is smitten with Ariel. They are, I don't know that they're like dating, but they're definitely getting closer with one another. And Blaine thinks that Ariel housed the moon, so he doesn't really want to hear anything negative about her. But how can I say, Sienna has her ideas about what's going on with her. So she thinks that she had some kind of designs or something on, like, like she just kind of is a little bit too competitive. And so Sienna's kind of upset about that. And so she's kind of venting about it a little bit to Blaine. And Blaine's like, yeah, I don't really want you talking bad about my girl or whatever. This is not what I came here for. I want you guys to get along or whatever. Like, she's actually like the mother of your kid. And Sienna's like, you know what? That's true. If she's the mother of my kid and you guys get married and have a kid, what does that mean for our family? And Blaine's like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. So they continue to chat a little bit as brothers and sisters, as a brother and sister would, I guess I should say. And they do make up, I think they're the kind of people who, I mentioned in the previous season or season before that they're incredibly religious. And they're very family oriented. The entire family is family oriented. So they're not the kind of people to stay mad at each other or get mad at each other. And if they do get mad at each other, they wouldn't stay mad at each other for long. So they're definitely gonna make up before they head out. All right, so that is going to do it for today's episode. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. And of course, any comments, any requests, anything for a building, for any part of the channel is always welcome. I hope you have a wonderful day and see you in the next video. Bye.